Welcome back, movie fans. Today, we're diving into the mystical and mind-bending world of Marvel's Doctor Strange. Released in 2016, this film introduced us to a whole new dimension of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, grab your cloak of levitation and let's get started. First up, let's recap the story. Doctor Strange follows the journey of Dr. Stephen Strange, a brilliant but arrogant neurosurgeon whose life changes forever after a devastating car accident. When traditional medicine fails him, Strange embarks on a quest for healing that leads him to the mystical Cumberbatch. Here, under the guidance of the Ancient One, played by the amazing Tilda Swinton, Strange learns that there are other ways to heal not just the body, but also the spirit. Let's talk about the characters. Benedict Cumberbatch stars as Dr. Stephen Strange. Cumberbatch brings his signature charisma and depth to the role, transforming from a self-centered doctor to a selfless sorcerer. Then we have the Ancient One, played by Tilda Swinton. Despite some controversy over the casting choice, Swinton's performance is captivating and enigmatic. Chiwetel Ejiofor plays Carl Mordo, a fellow sorcerer whose journey takes a dark turn by the film's end. And of course, we can't forget Wong, played by Benedict Wong, who adds both wisdom and humor to the story. One of the standout elements of Doctor Strange is its stunning visual effects. The film's depiction of the mirror dimension and the dark dimension is nothing short of spectacular. These visuals were groundbreaking at the time and brought a fresh, psychedelic flair to the MCU. The reality-bending sequences were like something straight out of an M.C. Escher painting. Beyond the eye-popping visuals, Doctor Strange explores deeper themes such as humility, redemption, and the acceptance of the unknown. Strange's journey is one of self-discovery, where he learns that true power comes from within and that the ego must be set aside for the greater good. While on a journey of physical and spiritual healing, a brilliant neurosurgeon is drawn into the world of the mystic arts. Marvel's Doctor Strange follows the story of the talented neurosurgeon Dr. Stephen Strange who, after a tragic car accident, must put ego aside and learn the secrets of a hidden world of mysticism and alternate dimensions. Based in New York City's Greenwich Village, Doctor Strange must act as an intermediary between the real world and what lies beyond, utilizing a vast array of metaphysical abilities and artifacts to protect the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Stephen Strange is a surgeon with a god complex. When he gets in an accident and his hands are injured, he feels as if his life is over. His therapist tells him of a guy he knew who couldn't walk but is now walking again. The therapist tells Strange where he can find the man and he tells Strange he did it with his mind. He went to a place called Cumberbatch and there he was taught how to use his mind to heal himself. Strange goes there to seek the ones who taught him. He finds them and learns that they use mystic arts and they take Strange in reluctantly and teach him. Strange learns that a former member is planning something and tries to stop him. But he also learns that his teacher is keeping a secret too. In Kathmandu, Nepal, the sorcerer Mads Mikkelsen and his zealots enter the secret compound Cumberbatch and behead its librarian. From the ancient and mystical texts, they steal a ritual from a book belonging to the Ancient One, a sorcerer who has lived for an unknown time and taught all at Cumberbatch, including Caecilius, in the ways of the mystic arts. The Ancient One pursues the traitors and traps Caecilius in a mirror dimension. But Caecilius escapes with the pages and some of his followers by opening up a portal out of the mirror dimension. Stephen Strange Benedict Cumberbatch, an acclaimed neurosurgeon, loses the use of his hands in a car accident. Strange was very proud of his skill, which he had gained after several years of studies and practice. Strange considered himself to be a student of science and had extremely steady hands which allowed him to conduct the most difficult cranial surgeries with utmost precision. After the accident, his surgery required 11 surgical pins to be inserted into his bones and massive nerve damage in both hands. His operation lasted for 11 hours. The recovery is slow and there is still massive tissue damage. fellow surgeon and former lover Christine Palmer Rachel McAdams tries to help him move on. But Strange, firmly believing he can regain use of his hands, instead uses all his resources pursuing experimental surgeries. Strange submits himself to experimental procedures to help speed up the recovery process. But he cannot gain back any meaningful strength in his hands. World's leading experts give up on Strange. Strange learns from his physiotherapist that there was one case in his career who was paralyzed from the waist down, and after a few years he saw the man walking by him on the street. Strange challenges the physiotherapist to fetch the medical file on the person. After learning of Jonathan Pangborn Benjamin Bratt, a paraplegic who mysteriously was able to walk again, Strange seeks him out. Pangborn came back from a place from where he was not supposed to. Pangborn says that he even came to meet Strange, and Strange refused to see him, as the best doctors do not take on hopeless cases to protect their reputation. Strange begs Pangborn and is directed to Cumberbatch. Jonathan tells Strange that he had given up on his body, but in the presence of his guru, he trained his own mind, and thereby healed his body. In Kathmandu, Strange looks for Cumberbatch for many weeks. Strange is taken in by another sorcerer under the Ancient One, Mordo Chiwetel Ejiofor. The Ancient One says that the spirit of the body can program the cells to self-heal. Naturally, Strange is skeptical and even dismissive of the Ancient One. She compares him to a glass that is already full and hence cannot learn anymore. The Ancient One shows Strange her power, revealing the astral plane and other dimensions such as the mirror dimension. She says that the universe is only one of an infinite number, and at the root of reality, mind and matter meet. Some universes are benign and give life, while others are full of hunger and contain evil forces which are older than time itself. Amazed, Strange begs her to teach him, and she eventually agrees despite his arrogance, which reminds her of Caecilius. Mordo convinces the Ancient One that Cumberbatch might need a person like Strange. If Caecilius manages to decode the stolen pages and summon the dark forces, Strange begins his tutelage under the Ancient One Tilda Swinton and Mordo, and learns from the ancient books in the library, now presided over by the master Benedict. He learns to harness energy from the infinite multiverses to power spells that create shields and weapons. Strange learns that Earth is protected from other dimensions by a spell formed from 3 buildings called sanctums, found in New York City, London, and Hong Kong. The task of the sorcerers is to protect the sanctums, though Pangborn chose to forego this responsibility in favor of channeling mystical energy into walking again. Wong tells Strange about Dormammu, the supreme being of the dark dimension, who invades universes and bring them into his dark dimension. Dormammu is a being of infinite power and endless hunger. He hungers for Earth most of all. The ritual that Caecilius stole was to contact Dormammu and to summon him from the dark dimension. Strange advances quickly over several months, even secretly reading from the text Caecilius stole from and learning to bend time with the mystical eye of Agamotto. Mordo and Wong warn Strange against breaking the laws of nature, comparing his arrogant yearning for power to that of Caecilius, who believes, after the deaths of his loved ones, that everyone should have eternal life. Caecilius and his followers use the stolen pages to begin summoning the powerful Dormammu of the dark dimension, where time does not exist, and all can live forever. This destroys the London sanctum and sends Strange from Cumberbatch to the New York sanctum. The Zealots then attack there, where Strange holds them off with the mystical cloak of levitation until Mordo and the Ancient One arrive. Strange and Mordo become disillusioned with the Ancient One after Caecilius reveals that her long life has come from her own use of Dormammu's power. Caecilius mortally wounds the Ancient One and escapes to Hong Kong. The Ancient One tells Strange that he, too, will have to break the rules to balance Mordo's steadfast nature. She then dies, despite the best efforts of Strange and a bewildered Palmer. Strange and Mordo arrive in Hong Kong to find Wong dead and the sanctum destroyed, with the dark dimension already engulfing Earth. Strange uses the eye to turn back time and save Wong, before creating an infinite time loop inside the dark dimension that traps himself and Dormammu in the same moment forever. After killing Strange many times to no avail, Dormammu reluctantly agrees to leave Earth. If Strange undoes the time loop, taking Pesilius and the Zealots with him. Disgusted by Strange and the Ancient One's disregard for the consequences of defying nature, Mordo departs. Strange returns the eye, which Wong calls an Infinity Stone, to Kamar Tosh, and then takes up residence in the New York Sanctum to continue his studies. In a mid-credits scene, Strange decides to help Thor, who has brought his brother Loki to Earth to search for their father Odin. In a post-credits scene, Mordo confronts Pangborn and takes the energy he uses to walk, stating that Earth has too many sorcerers. I'm not a big fan of Marvel and, in my opinion, their movies are mostly overrated. This one isn't. This is probably the second best Marvel movie, after Guardians of the Galaxy. If you expect a movie to have depth and the point, you should skip, not only this one, but whole Marvel production, but if you are looking for fun you are at the right place. Visually, it is amazing. I recommend watching it in theater or at least on a TV as big as possible. Standard computer monitors or, God forbid, tablets are out of question. Although 90% of this movie is pure action and fighting scenes. Compared to most of the genre, story and characterization are more complete and Benedict and Tilda are excellent. Sure, like in all Marvel movies, there is a certain amount of humor and finale is one of the funniest things I have ever seen in Marvel movies. The way Strange finally defeats the enemy is at the same time unbelievably stupid, unbelievably clever and funny to tears. I gave it 8/10 within all the movies I ever watched, but within the genre, it is pure 10/10. In conclusion, Doctor Strange is more than just a superhero movie. It's a visual and philosophical experience that expands the boundaries of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the MCU, this film is a must-watch. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more movie reviews and analyses. What did you think of Doctor Strange? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay magical.